Welcome back to Speaking of Everything on Moral Gifts. My guest is Councilwoman Maria Buncamper-Molanus, and we're here speaking with her here in Speaking of Everything. Just before the break, you were speaking about the
Tax
the
regime. Yes.
So please go back there where we stopped.
Yes. Sabre, Stacia, right next door, they have had already discussions and agreements about their tax regime, creating benefits to make a more attractive environment for investors to come and establish to create more employment for their people. And some of those changes that are on the table and being proposed are very attractive and will cause great competition for St. Martin. I mean, don't be surprised that if we don't do anything about our own tax regime, that you will have companies from St. Martin going to establish their headquarters in Sabre and Stacia because they get a better a benefit or a tax percentage. In some cases, they are even talking about a zero tax. So we will remain behind if that particular issue is not addressed. The way it is now, if we do nothing, we will remain with the same tax situation that we have now when 10-10-10 comes. And there will be no improved economic environment. There will be no improved tax environment. In fact, if Sabre and Stacia go ahead with their plans, compared to them, we are going to have a very unattractive tax environment. So we need to keep up with that. We need to review our tax system, and we need to make sure that we are prepared.
Well, I'm very skeptical. I don't think anything is going to happen. We have proven to be inefficient and always last to make any real changes. I am very, very doubtful that we will have anything positive for this island because turnover tax has changed this island completely. And no one is wanting to take the political responsibility to say enough is enough, get rid of that tax. Now you hear all kinds of business people screaming, but they're very quiet, afraid to even let anyone know who they are, but they come out in the papers without their names because they realize what it has done for this island. So if we can't even reverse that, I see the best for the best islands because the Dutch is involved and they make decisions. We are very indecisive people, or politicians most of the time are very afraid to make decisions. I must say I admire you because you're one of the few who are willing to stand up and make a decision and say what you feel about things. But it's very, very difficult. And I'm not optimistic at all, unfortunately.
You know, to a certain extent, I share your opinion, Oral, but we need to draw the line, you know. We are moving forward. We keep telling the people this is a better situation. Country St. Martin is a better situation for us. There will be more opportunities. But there's more to it than just taking over responsibilities that the federal government has now. We're really going to have to use those responsibilities that we have and the authority that we have to make changes, to actually make those changes. An argument can be made that the turnover tax, you need the Parliament of the Netherlands Antilles to approve that. An argument can be made for that. Once we are Country St. Martin, what argument are you going to use to change taxes or leave them the way they are? So that's why I'm saying that we will have the authority, and there's also going to be a different situation because you're going to have Parliament and you're going to have ministers. A person sitting as a minister cannot be a member of Parliament.
I understand, but the whole thing is that we're going to have, if we have the same people, we're going to have the same problems. And I think that's going to be the campaign once the movement starts here. You can't have the same people because you're going to have the same problem. You have the same driver, you got the same problem. And this is why I say I'm very disappointed because after 1995, they've screwed up this island. They've lied to the people. They haven't been forthright. And today now, the working class is suffering. I'll give an example. Meteorological services. What's going to happen there? We have a man walking around this island, very competent. Went to court, had some problems, but understand, coming for separate status, we are going to pay Curacao $1 million to manage meteorological services, just manage. Operational costs still to us. I think that's ridiculous.
Absurd, okay? It is absurd. You're probably aware of the fact that I went to Tallahassee where I was able to speak to a young man from St. Martin who is studying meteorology. In fact, he should have his bachelor's degree in December this year. We were able to organize internships for him, training for him. We spoke to the Netherlands Antilles director for meteorology, and they gave us an overview of what it would cost us to either buy the service from them, an overview of all the equipment that we have here, because you remember I was doubtful about whether or not we actually had the necessary equipment to run our own service, Met service.
Well, I think they have, I don't know if they have it now, but I know when I worked for the government, it was very well organized.
In fact, St. Martin, I was pleasantly surprised. St. Martin has is well outfitted. In fact, it was necessary to do so. So we are very pleased that we have a good outfit. We have people who are trained. We don't have necessarily the top people, but that's why we have this young man who I mentioned before, Noel, who is in training. So what you can do, keep that million, spend maybe some of it in the meantime to fill those functions that you don't have yourself, even if you have to bring them from wherever. You bring them in to run those top functions while you prepare your own people. Yeah. But I'll tell you something, that 1-point-something million will stay on St. Martin. Exactly. Because the salary of those people will be paid on St. Martin. The rent that they will pay, the houses they buy, the electricity, that money will be spent on St. Martin. And this is what I have tried to emphasize to those who are in government and in my environment. I said, you need to realize you're going to spend that money only once. Why spend it? Send it to anywhere else.
All right.
When you can keep it here, even by bringing the professionals that you need here.
Councillor, we are out of time, and I hope I didn't want to bring up all those stuff, but I feel strong about it, and I think that we're making some mistakes if we continue where we're going. I want to thank you for coming now. Anything you want to add in closing?
Well, I want to thank you for the opportunity, and I want to tell the people, be aware, listen good, be critical. There's a lot that has to be done to prepare St. Martin for country status, and we need the right people in the right places to do that.
All right, that's it for now. I'll see you tomorrow night at 8 with Oral Gibbs live. Home Alone. Till then, good night. Take care. Bye.